place that he'd always use. Acres of Diamonds. I haven't heard him use that claim in a long time, but that's exactly what it is. Of course, knowing my luck, those are sitting there for somebody else, some other scrapper. As what is usually the case with me. Let's see. Keep that in there. They're not all $3 ones, though. There's some 50-cent ones in there, and some I don't even know if they'll buy. But hey. Opportunity awaits. My biggest problem is I don't move fast. I never have. That's a huge problem. There's my tripod. Put a hole in the clothes. So that's the thing about my clothing. I'm always damaged. So yeah, I'm always damaging my clothing and go around wearing rags, torn and ripped clothes. You look like a zombie, you know. Whoop. As I step to get in the car, okay, because I'm so clumsy, I stepped on top of my shoe. I have them tied. I actually stepped on top of my other shoe and undid the knot, which I'm always, that's another thing I'm always doing when it comes to wearing clothes. What's all this garbage? Everywhere you go in my life, there's garbage. And yeah, it gets on my last nerve. And recently, one of my childhood best friends, I met him at the dedication ceremony, and well, apparently this story ties in with me. Okay, so just stay with me. He's not really a neat freak, but he is. I mean, he likes a reasonable sense of order, in daily life, and not too much clutter. Okay? Like the amount of clutter that I have right now in my truck would probably send him over the edge. He's okay with a certain amount of clutter, kind of like a scrap and pallet man. Like like how he's shown his storage locker, and it's got stuff in there. It's not out of control, but what he considers out of control and what I consider out of control are totally different things. But anyway, my best friend from childhood has got a tolerance for messiness and out of orderness, probably on the same level as Scrap and Pallet Man. Okay, so I'm using Pallet Man as an example because a lot of you people are subscribed to his channel as well and are familiar with him. So my point is, I got so much clutter that I don't think my best friend from childhood could stand being around my clutter for too long before it gets on his last nerve. And that's pretty much what happened to his last relationship. His wife just started collecting more and more and more stuff. It happens. Sometimes it happens without you really even noticing yourself. And before you know it, you just start collecting more and more and more clutter, and you have less and less and less room. And it gets to the point where by the time you realize there's a problem, it's almost too late. So, needless to say, after over 2 decades, that relationship that he was in, it ultimately ended, sadly. But that's what can happen when there's entirely too much clutter. Oh, and by the way, this handicap van or whatever, and it was biting my ass, and now it's racing through the parking lot, and it's going to come out there somewhere like a bullet just to get ahead of me. And it's for that cornerstone, it says grocery. Well, they got hung up in traffic. Their plan failed. Whenever people see this scrapping truck, though, they want to get ahead of it so fast. Oh, I'm busy yapping, and I should be going the other way. You know what? I don't know. Now I'm conflicted. I was going to take these pallets straight away to the yard, but since I don't have telephone service, my contacts can't get a hold of me, and I think there's a water heater. I'm thinking, okay, that there might be a water heater either sitting at the curb or in the guy's driveway waiting for me to grab. And so, as I'm yapping, my brain just switched off from what I wanted to do, which is when I seen that pile of pallets unexpectedly, I was just going to take them from where I found them straight to the pallet yard, because the pallet yard's not too far from the school. It's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles away. So now, if I get this water heater, I'm just going to end up taking these pallets off the truck and leaving them at the warehouse, because I'm not going to make a dedicated trip back to the pallet yard. Oh, look at the rat. I'm really not pro-union, but I'm not really pro-union, and that might offend some people. I was in a union a couple of times in my life, and yeah, I got sour grapes about that. I don't really, you know what, I don't really care about unions. The healthcare, benefits that they offer typically are very good to excellent. So I can't beat up the unions too bad, okay, because they oftentimes offer something very valuable, okay, and that's not garbage, like free socialized healthcare, because any country on the planet that offers free socialized healthcare, that stuff's garbage, okay? Because there's long waiting lines, etc. If you got something serious going on, but if you're a member of a union, there's no long waiting line. You're in tomorrow, or you're in today immediately, if need be. If you have something going on that you need, that requires medical attention, you can't beat the union benefits for medical health care. I mean, when I was in the union, when I worked at a body shop, I was in the mechanics local, and when I had my firstborn, that was 25 years ago. The bill was like $900 $19,000, and that was just for my wife giving birth. You know, because she had to have a emergency C-section because she tried having it Dominic the natural way, but that wasn't working. So after 23 hours of them trying to induce labor, that wasn't going to happen. And so she had to have a C-section, and it just, you know, the cost just went way up. So the union picked up all of that except for $500. So there's the strong pro-union side, but then there's the other side where, you know, unions suck, because I put in 9 years. I put in 9 years at that body shop, and I could have been, if I had been there for, well, it was like 9 years and a couple of months. So if I had been there for less than another year, I would have been vested in the union, and I would have been eligible for a pension, okay, at retirement age. And those mother effers fired me, okay, and the union did nothing to defend me, because as it turns out, the union steward, who I didn't even know was a union steward, was a rat fink for the boss who owned the car dealership. So it's a total hand-in-glove union. A lot of unions are like that, where they're good when it comes to the healthcare part, but when it comes to screwing you over, okay, and the union stands to benefit, right? Because all of those years I paid into the union, okay? Part of my union dues and all that went into a pension fund, okay? And because I got fired before I'm vested in the union, they take the benefits. So the money that I saved for the free health care was taken back up by me getting fired, okay, a few years later, where I won't see a pension ever, okay? So on the balance of things, the unions suck, okay? So being part of a union, okay, in the end, for me, did me absolutely no good. Only they benefited. But that's not everybody's case. A lot of people are strong, pro-union, and I totally understand why. But I'm just trying to share my sour grapes on why I am not really pro-union. I think that if you're a real man, you can stand on your own. A real man can stand on his own. It doesn't need a bunch of other people or an organization supporting their existence.